the tables.
So this week on Turn the Tables, I'm sitting down with Robert Naranjo, the guy you call when your body starts changing and you have no clue on what's going on. Whether it's your energy, your sleep, your mood, or your hormones, he breaks it all down in a way that actually makes sense. If you've been feeling off and want to turn the tables on your health, this one's for you. Robert, welcome to Turning the Tables.
Hello, Teresa. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming on.
I'm very excited because I know there's a lot of women out there suffering quietly and till today.
Yes. I mean, like I remember like how I found Robert is I was feeling tired, I was like I feel like something's off. So, yeah, someone told me like you need to go check your hormones. And so I was like, okay. I'm like, who do you recommend? And then I was recommended to Robert from someone else, and it's been love ever since. Yes.
Right, right. So, Teresa, I'm happy you said that because women are very receptive with their bodies. Um, I think more than men. Men, we're like, we'll drink water, continue. Women know when something's off, and that gut feeling goes a long way, especially when you follow up with the proper team to make sure that everything is being looked at. Nothing is being overlooked, right? So
Right.
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of women are receptive to their bodies and they know something's not right and something needs to happen. And this is like an action plan, right?
Right. And the thing is, like, yeah, if you I mean, you should always, like, if you don't feel right, you should always, you know, obviously go to the doctor. Don't try to diagnose yourself, and, and see what the problem is. And usually, when you go to your doctor, like, they could do, of course, blood tests. That's where you could tell everything, right, Robert?
Correct,
And like,
correct.
and then when you get a certain age, that's when you should definitely go, see a our hormone doctor, because Robert, from what age does it start, like that your hormones could be off?
So there's a window, Teresa. There's a window. It's from 35 to like 62 where they recommend where you get benefits today and then you're banking for the future as well. So then this way, there's cardiovascular benefits. There's neural benefits as well. So the brain in long term, if done properly, right? So that's the window. That's the sweet spot. 35 to like 62.
Okay. So you hear that, ladies? And then also for men, because, yeah, I mean, Louis has gone to see Robert also. So it goes for both. And what what
Right.
what what age would you say, like, that it happens with men?
So with men, same age, but we're seeing men are have signs and symptoms of. So for women, we call it menopause, right? And that's the term that we use and we hear a lot. But for men, it's called andropause. And the symptoms, we're seeing symptoms as early as 25 years old. So we're helping patients, males that are coming in, they're coming in with numerous issues, and they all present like andropause. So because of food, stress, not exercising, the body's like aging itself at a faster rate. So all this is very important, not only for women, but for men as well.
Oh, of course. Oh, wow. I didn't know it started with men. It could start as early as 25.
Yes, we're seeing it every day, every day, every day. We're seeing it. And there's a lot of supplements out there that men are taking, thinking it's going to help them, but in the long run, it just produces other issues. And we're handling those patients right now. We have patients like that in our office.
So, Robert, for women in their late 30s or early 40s who are starting to notice changes, whether it's sleep, energy, or mood, what's actually happening to our hormones around this time?
That's
Is
a
that
great
the
question.
menopause that you were
So,
saying?
so, so there's menopause. There's the first one is premenopause, right? There's perimenopause and then postmenopause. All three phases, their symptoms. All of them are. I don't know how women do it. Obviously, You know, I'm a male, but I sympathize women because I see them every day, and the changes are dramatic from where their hormones are not balanced and when they're balanced. So what takes place? Uh, so we have hormone receptors in our body, and we have those receptors until our last breath. So we have those receptors for our whole life. Those receptors go to the ovaries in the female, or and when they go there, they come back empty-handed. When they come back empty-handed, that's when the symptoms start. All the symptoms you mentioned, everything from sleepless nights, hot flashes, low libido, low energy, change of weight. Uh, Women are having mood changes, and they're being treated as psych patients. And it's really, the root cause is hormones, right? Um, Also, something else that happens is that women their cholesterol starts going up, and it's because um, as they get older, cholesterol starts going up because our liver is responsible for making that cholesterol. Right, 3/4 of the cholesterol in the blood comes from the liver, and the liver is very intelligent. It knows when hormones are off, and it produces more raw material because that's where all hormones start. So very interesting what's happening in the body when these hormones are imbalanced, and that's where all these symptoms come.
So then, all right, the next question. A lot of women feel like they're going crazy during premenopause. Can you break down what's normal and when it might be time to look into getting help?
So mood changes can happen from anything, right? Stressful situations, if we have a stressful work, family, women have a lot to juggle, right? Family, their professional lives, work, it all piles up, and women are multitasking as soon as they wake up until the end of the day. We know that, and because of that, there could be mood changes, but women know when there's something different. And not only that, our family members know. We're very short in temper. Uh, you know, uh, Troubleshooting becomes more difficult, right? When I used to be able to do three things at a time, I can only do one thing at a time because I forget. It's just the body goes into like a defense mode, and things don't work out, right? We started a task and we're not able to finish it, and that's when we know, something's up. Let's get checked out. Let's see what's going on. I'm coming of age. Uh, you know, uh, n- I'm trying to deal with these situations. Nothing's working, and that's when it's time to to pull the parachute. I tell people it's time to pull the parachute. Go get help. Find out who can help you with this. Somebody that's very experienced in hormone replacement, and get help, because there's plenty of treatments. There's so much that can be done, without so much frustration.
And I'll jump on that by saying, like, it's very easy. Yeah, I went to go see Robert. He took my blood work, and then he told me where I was at. Like, so from taking your blood, like they could tell you exactly, you know, what you need and what you don't need, and it's pretty easy. And that's it. So, and then they'll put you on a regimen of like what you need to be on, or what supplements to take, and then you'll see, like, you'll start feeling so much better. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, because like,
Yes, it
if
is.
something, my dad used to say, like, I needed to get a tune up. Just like, your car needs a tune up, your body needs a tune up. So, and you have
Yeah,
to keep up with your body, and,
that's right.
give
That's
it
right.
what it needs.
Right. And just to piggyback on that, Teresa, a lot of people know that something is not working properly, but sometimes they can't find the right help. And that's another situation, completely different from when should I go to the doctor, right? Because I go to the doctor and they tell me everything is fine, everything is good. I'll see you in 6 months, or I'll see you in a year for your next physical, and we're not getting any answers. So what we concentrate on is functional medicine, and functional medicine is looking at root causes of these situations or disease processes that start taking place at an early stage. So this way we can nip it and make sure that we get it right, so the patient has, it's all about quality of life, right? I'm banking today for tomorrow, and that's how health should be, right? If I'm taking care of myself, my bets are I'm going to be doing well in 10 years, 20 years from now, and that's what we all hope for, right? So knowing that I have something wrong and then finding the right team to help me with this is key.
Yeah, I love that. It's it's about your quality of life, and while you're in it, you want it to you want to be happy and be enjoying life, right?
Right. We work hard all our lives to be where we're at, and what we want is just quality after that, right? And that quality comes with health, right? Making sure that our health and our wellness is up to par, that if we want to take a trip, we're not limited on how far we can walk, what stairs I can take, what ride I can get on, what sport I can do, you know, we should be enjoying our lives to the fullest without any limitations.
I love that. Next question. There's so much fear around hormone therapy because of things people heard years ago. What do you say to women who are curious but still nervous?
So I'm glad you brought that up because in the United States we did a test, like a published article, a medical journal that was done. It's called WHI, and it was done with horse urine, female horse urine. So they used mule urine to do hormone replacement, and they did a huge test for a long period of time, and a lot of bad information came from that because what they were using was not right, was not a good treatment plan, right? So a lot of negatives came out of that, and today there's a lot of medical physicians and medical personnel that still see hormone replacement through that study, through that study alone. And it's unfair because I think last time I checked, uh, over over 3 million women are suffering with either pre-peri, or post-menopause, and they're suffering silently because they're scared of what you just said. Thinking that hormones produce cancer, that hormones have a negative effect on the body, that it's going to turn me into a man. There's so many myths that comes with hormone replacement, and I can tell you that today there's plenty of medical literature backing up hormone replacement if it's done properly, through blood work, through all the preventatives, right? Very important. That's why when patients come to our office, we always ask for female women, female patients. We always ask for uh, pap smears, mammograms, because we want to promote health. We want to make sure that we're on top of everything, so you get that quality of life, right? So very important that we're also checking blood work, but all of these preventative measures to make sure that we can offer a great outcome for women.
Yeah, I remember when I came to you afterwards, like they were asking me, did you get, when was your last pap smear? When was your last mammogram? When
Right.
was your last physical? So I love that yeah, they were asking everything to just in case you forgot something, like your office was, reminding you like if you don't have this, you need to get this done, which I love that.
Correct. And because of that, we when women come to our office, it's our opportunity to shine. And when I say that, it's because when we study medicine, we're learning the male body, and we're learning male symptoms. And when women come to like an ER, they're looking for male symptoms, and you're a female. We started off on the wrong side of the right on the left side of the foot. So we need to, when patients come here to Juventi, we want to make sure that, especially female patients, that we put them in the driver's side. We put them in the driver's seat. We need them to take control of their lives, not in the back seat like they've been for years. So when women come to Juventi, we try to put them in that driver's side, and it's time for you to take control of your life and know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and then I guess I'm sure you do the same for men, right? And you follow up on everything that they need to get done because I don't really don't know like everything that
Yeah.
the men need to get done, right? I
So
don't
so
think
for
men need as many things as women do, right?
right, you're right, you're right. So women are very fine tuned. Women have a lot of things going on all in the same time. Men are a little bit different. Men, we could look at testosterone and we know exactly where they're at. Uh, and it's very important that with men, we're checking prostate, we're looking at antigens in prostate, we're looking at estradiol, which is very important to make sure we keep that tight balance for estrogen, because men need estrogen, but very little amounts. Women, they need, you guys, every month you're shifting, right? Estrogen, progesterone. That's happening every 28 days. Us, we don't go through that. So women are very precise in their treatment. Men not so much. But for men, we do preventatives, and we're checking prostate. We're making sure that that we're looking at other blood factors as well to make sure that they're good candidates before we start them on any treatment.
Besides hot flashes and mood swings, what are some of the other signs that your hormones might be out of whack, but that people often overlook?
That's a great question. So so for women, we're talking about women, right? So when it comes to women, women know, we start noticing that women's skin starts getting dry, hair starts falling out. Uh, we're noticing low energy, low libido, vaginal dryness, sleepless nights, right? Uh, and that's just a few. The other ones are the mood changes, and the mood changes can vary from person to person, especially if they have like stressful environment, if they have a big load with family, professional life, work. All this entails stress, uh, but this is a different type of stress. This is like I can't sit here too long because I'm gonna blow up type of stress. Uh, uh, so all that needs to be managed and looked at, right? But I would say those are some of the main symptoms that we see on a day to day.
All right. We hear about testosterone in men all the time, but how important is it for women? And what happens when those levels start to dip?
So yes, and we get a lot of those questions when women come in. Are you going to put testosterone? I don't want to turn into a man, or I don't want to grow muscles, or a bunch of stuff. Women need a little bit of testosterone, just minute amount in comparison to men, but they need it, and it plays a big role for the cardiovascular system, right? The whole cardiovascular system is muscular, and it's called epithelial tissue, and all that tissue is based on tone, and that tone is given by testosterone. So cardiovascular health is huge when it comes to testosterone replacement, and when numbers are very low, everything starts malfunctioning. Blood pressure starts going up because now those arteries are rigid. They're not flexible. They don't have that muscularity, right? We see change in weight, fat distribution, right? For women, big piece. Uh, they're coming in and they notice that their pants fit, but they fit here, but not there, right? Right? We're seeing that, I could close it in my waist, but then in the back, it's not going up, right? So fat distribution is like, it's a big piece for women. Uh, uh, and I think that's pretty much, it sums up, what we see.
Are there things women can do naturally to support their hormone health before jumping into anything medical?
So yes, so we always promote exercise and eating properly. It's a big piece, and if that's not implemented in any treatment that we offer here at Juventi, it's really not going to work. It's not going to be a great outcome. So implementing exercise and diet is huge uh, because all this is part of a lifestyle, and that lifestyle is to better your health, right? So there's a bunch of things that we start talking about that we can talk to women about to make them feel better, and we have supplements that help them as well. Uh, but it's only going to help up to a certain amount, not 100%. And some women are okay with that. And for those women, we do offer something that's not hormone related, that's strictly diet, exercise, and then supplementation, making sure that magnesium is right, zinc, vitamin D, that's a big piece, vitamin D. We're making sure that estrogens are nice and balanced. And we can do that through supplementation without hormone replacement.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, diet is a big part, right? It's all like what you put in your body. That's really important, And then, I mean, I always diet and exercise go into everything else also. I mean, that's like a plus, right, Robert?
It is, it is.
Like, like,
Uh,
like
Especially here in the U.S., our food inventory is very poor, very
mhm.
highly processed. Everything has corn fructose syrup. Uh, everything is prepackaged on the run. Everybody's putting a little bit of water and it turns into a 7-course meal. Like, the quality is not there. And when that happens, our bodies are very receptive to that. So when both men and women come to Juventi, we do something called insulin sensitivity test. And we're looking to see how how well you eat, how well you eat, because most patients will come in and they're not overweight or anything. Their blood glucose looks good, but their insulin is out the roof, right? And we're looking at hormones and everything is off. Everything is off, and it's because of their diet. It's because of what they're eating. And sometimes just those adjustments alone go a long way, and they're sleeping better, more energy. They're producing more of their own testosterone without having to replace anything. Yeah, food is incredible.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, let's talk about mental health for a second. How do these hormone shifts affect things like anxiety, confidence, and focus?
It's a very big piece. When you earlier you asked me about testosterone, and testosterone plays a big role in that specifically, those mood changes. So remember I spoke to you about receptors, right?
Hmm.
Hormone receptors. Hormone receptors are in your body, and in a moment of stress, it goes to the ovaries, it grabs what it needs, and then it liberates it in the body. When it can't do that, those stress levels go up, anxiety goes up, depression goes up, mood swings are like you're standing on a dime, and if hormones are off, you have nothing to respond with. So uh, a lot of these women get misdiagnosed and they go to their doctors asking for help, and they give them a Xanax, or they give them some sort of a anti anxiolytic, uh, which will help, but it just masks it, right?
Right.
Because then
Yeah.
the dose has to go up because it used to work but now it doesn't, so I have to go up, and meanwhile it's messing up my gut, right? Because
Right.
those medications are very strong on the stomach, and it throws your microbiome off. Microbiome is all of the bacteria in your stomach, and it starts getting weak, very weak, leaky gut, having issues with healthy food. You eat healthy, and it sends you to the bathroom. All these are signs and symptoms that help needs to be given.
All right. I have like three more questions.
Okay.
When someone starts treatment, whatever that may be, how long does it usually take before they feel like themselves again?
That's a question we get every day, and that's a really good
Yes.
question as well. So treatment, depending on how you get it, right? We have two methods here at Juventi for both men and women. We have injectable, that it's called intramuscular, and that usually starts happening, I would say 2 weeks in, 2 weeks in of the treatment. After getting a couple shots, it starts settling in a couple, I would say about 2 weeks. Uh, some people get they feel better uh, almost in a week, right? So it all depends. It all depends. Some people are really bottomed out, and a little bit goes a long way, and it gives them positive changes. Uh, the other method is called a pellet method, which is subcutaneous. It goes underneath the fat, and it's embedded, and it dissolves, and as it dissolves, it liberates in the body, and it takes about 3 weeks. It takes about 3 weeks. We do follow-up blood work on both in a 6 week time, just to make sure that everything is therapeutic, that there's no side effects from the hormones, that they're working properly. So this way we can jump in and help, right?
Like my one friend, she went to the doctor because she wasn't feeling well, and then she, so I'm not gonna say what she's getting done, but yeah, I mean, who cares? Nobody. I'm not saying her name. Anyway, she got the pellets done, and she said her libido. Oh my God, she said she said it's out of control. She wants to have sex all the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll tell you what happens there, and it's something very interesting. So when women have imbalance of hormones, their sexual organs start atrophying. That means that they start shrinking. And when they shrink, it becomes more. It hurts when they have intercourse. It starts getting dry. I mean, a lot of changes, negative changes, start happening with with this, right? When you get the pellet or hormone replacement, more blood comes to the pelvic area, and when there's more blood, more nutrients, and then everything is engorged. The whole sexual mechanism it has everything it needs to work properly. So everything that's why she's like alive again, right? She feels
Oh
like she's
yeah, she
alive. Yeah,
said
yeah.
she's out of control. Yeah, she
Oh, I
said she
love that.
wants it all the time. Yeah,
I love that. I
it's
love
so
that
funny.
because
Yes.
that's part of the quality of life we were
The
talking about.
problem is she has to find the person, but she wants it all the time. So she uses her toy. She uses her toy all the time. She's like, I
Of
just got to
course.
find the guy instead of using my toy. I was dying.
Right, right, right,
That's
right, right.
amazing. So now we got some fan questions for you guys, and you guys did cover a lot of this already, so we have just a few here. Michelle from Boise, Idaho says, I'm in my early 40s and constantly dealing with this belly bloat no matter what I eat. What causes it and how can I fix it?
Excellent, excellent. So that we get a lot of that, Pat. And females are coming in with a leaky gut, and that was the microbiome I was talking about. They're coming in, and because of food being so saturated with highly processed foods, corn fructose syrup, all of this additives that they're putting into food, it becomes a leaky gut. And so what happens is in the stomach, our stomach lining should have cells, and they start separating. And when that happens, certain nutrients go through there, and those nutrients activate the immune system. So right away, the bloating is because the body's trying to get better, but here comes another attack with another portion of food that's highly processed. So think of it as cuts. Every time you eat highly processed foods, you're cutting yourself and you're recuperating from this cut, but here comes another one, right? So so it's just like an attack. It's like like an avalanche of cuts, and women end up with these bloating issues a lot.
Erica from Charlotte, North Carolina says, lately I wake up every night around 2 a.m. and can't fall back asleep. Is it my hormones? And how do I stay asleep in this situation?
So sleep is tricky, Pat. When it comes to sleep, it could be cortisol, right? And cortisol could be triggered by stress, as we know it, but also high consumption of coffee, especially after a certain time. Most Americans uh, do not metabolize caffeine as fast as other people in other countries. So I'll take an espresso at 5 p.m. and it takes about 16 hours for me to metabolize. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm tossing and turning in bed, right? Or I don't go into a good deep sleep. And that's what happens. People that wake up in the middle of the night, there's a good possibility it's cortisol. And cortisol is also a hormone. So that's something that we check here also. And make sure that that person, whoever asked the question, they look for the gold standard in cortisol checking, and that's saliva testing.
Okay, we have a lot of these questions about like lotion and application treatments. Nina in Scottsdale said, I keep seeing ads for skin tightening and treatments for saggy skin. Do any of them actually work?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. The cream industry is a billions of dollars industry, and most of their products, all they're doing is moisturizing. Tightening, you really have to either look at, talk to a surgeon, right? Or do something more invasive. A cream, I don't think it's gonna moisturize. It's gonna look beautiful. The skin's gonna look nice and hydrated, but that's about it. Tightening, I would really talk to like a plastic surgeon.
Got it. Okay. Last one, guys. This is from Sarah in Brooklyn. I'm hearing more about peptides lately, but don't fully understand what they do. Can you break it down to me in simple terms?
Sure.
That's a good
So,
question.
yeah, peptides are fantastic. Peptides are the future in functional medicine. Uh, peptides uh, peptides are amino acids and like proteins, and when you put them together, they become a chain. And when you make that chain, it's called a peptide. Uh, Peptides are right now they're being injected subcutaneously. They're being taken orally, or they're put in creams, and the creams that promise tightening the skin and everything. But people get good results out of it. Uh, what happens is when you inject it, it stimulates the brain where you make your own growth hormone, and growth hormone helps you recoup, helps you build muscle, helps you stay lean. It controls fat. So peptides go a long way, and there's different types of peptides, and there's plenty of information at the office, and I'll be happy to talk to this person if she's interested.
Got it. Yeah, I'll send along her IG. Robert, thank you for all those answers. We appreciate it.
Robert, thank you for coming on and making all the confusing stuff like hormones and sleep and mood swings make more sense. I feel like we all just got a little smarter today. If you're listening and going through it, don't worry. There's always a way to turn the tables. See you next week. Robert, thank you so much. Tell everybody where they can find you.
So we're located in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Our office phone number is 201-292-1590, and we'll be happy to take on new customers and help all of these viewers with their issues.
And you're
Thank you
also
very
on
much for having us.
Thank you. And you're also on Instagram?
We're on Instagram. We're on Juventi Medical Spa. You could find us on Instagram and also YouTube.
Yes, spell it. Spell Juventi.
So Juventi is J as in Jack, Ventee. Two E's at the end. Medical
Okay.
Spa.
Beautiful. And see, guys, the reason why I had Robert come on, just because, I go there and he's amazing. And I'm
Thank
all
you.
about women empowerment. And, I feel like if you feel good, you look good, you just could conquer the world. Yeah. You could, just,
Right.
be the best mom, be the best wife, be the best woman, be the best entrepreneur or be great at anything that you're doing in life.
I
So
agree
like if you feel
100%.
good and you look good, you're just more powerful. So that's why I wanted to bring him on, because I just love you guys all. So and I want you guys to look good and feel good. So
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. Let's go. I know you love my style. I'm gonna make them smile. I am the one to win. Keeping them all to win. I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.